Then once again, good morning all of you. Welcome to our today's class. Right. So as we are studying about the monophasic liquid dosage form, right? In which we already covered it the liquid used internally, right? Liquid used to be internal administration. From this we already covered the mixture, right? We learnt about the mixtures in detail, right? So also we have completed this some portion from the syrup, right? So then in short, that is the syrup is a concentrated solution of sucrose in a purified water, that is, right? And the concentration of sucrose is 66.7% weight by volume, right? So then syrup also available in two form, that is medicated syrup and flavored syrup, right? Some advantages we also already covered it, right? So then method of preparation, right? By this kind of three method we can prepare the syrup, right? By simple solution method, then process of extraction also, then by chemical reaction, right? by three by these three methods we can prepare the mixture, right? Then so from today we will start with the formulation of syrup, right? Formulation of syrup. So let's begin it. As like formulation of mixture, we need some excipients and additives or adjuncts, right, for the preparation of syrup. So we have to need the vehicle and adjuncts, right? So let's see the vehicles. Generally purified water is used as a vehicle for preparation of syrup. Means as I said, that is we already learn in definition of syrup, that is syrup is a concentrated sucrose solution in purified water. Means sucrose are dissolved in a purified water, right? So there is a purified water act as a vehicle, right? So means most commonly purified water used as a vehicle for the preparation of syrup, right? Then potable water should not use because it contain volatile or non-volatile impurities. Volatile and non-volatile impurities, right? Volatile and non-volatile impurities, that is impurities. We can't use the potable water, right? Potable water means the sources of potable water, that is well, hand pump, right? These are from the tap. That is a potable water. We can't use the potable water for the preparation of syrup as a vehicle, right? Because it contains various kind of impurities, right? Or unwanted chemicals or minerals, right? So we should use the purified water. Then adjuncts. Only purified water is used as a vehicle for the preparation of syrup, right? Only purified water. Then our let's next is adjuncts, right? Following adjuncts are added to syrup in order to improve the palatability and stability of formulation. This means adjuncts means our excipients, right? Excipients, that is plays a very important role for the improving or increasing the palatability. Palatability means the attractiveness, then attractiveness and means one appearance of our preparation, right? If the our preparations look attractive or acceptable or clean, that's that time we can easily take it, right? So it should be palatable and stable also. That hence that adjuncts are used for the stability and palatability purpose, right? Then stability is also very important for it is it is important for during the storage time, right? Storage time, because if the solution are not stable up to its expiry date, that time we can't use it, right? That's why it is very necessary to that particular preparation should be stable until its expiry date, right? So this stability of achieved or palatability achieved by using this kind of adjoints, right? Stability achieved by chemical stabilizer, by adding chemical stabilizer, then coloring agent, then flavoring agent, preservative as act for improving the palatability of preparation, also stability, right? So let's start with the chemical stabilizers. As like our mixture, there is also use of chemical stabilizer, right? So let's see. Then in syrup, chances of formation of crystals and form a unstable preparation, right? Means syrup has a tendency, if you store in long time, that time it's chances of happening the crystals, because there is crystals or crystallization happening, the crystallization, due to crystallization there are chances of forming the crystals of sucrose, right? Because sucrose present is very higher concentration, that's why chances of formation of crystals by the crystallization process, right? And if it is done, that time we can't accept that preparation because it should be unstable, right? Sorry, it will be unstable, right? So for preventing this kind of crystallization or crystals formation, we need to add the stabilizer, we need to add the stabilizers, right? Due to only preventing the crystallization, we use the stabilizer, otherwise there is no need to addition of antioxidant also, right? And a reducing agent, because syrup is itself act as a reducing agent, by means the reducing form of sucrose is the levulose and dextrose, right? So no need to add any other antioxidant also. Antioxidant and then reducing agent also act as a stabilizer, right? But in case of syrup, there is no need to add antioxidant and reducing agent, because syrup act as itself act as a antioxidant, right? So only we need to preventing the crystallization, right? Only need to prevent the crystallization, right? Hence to prevent this, it is necessary to add the stabilizers, right? If crystallization not occur, then our product will stable, right? Then for example, glycerin, sorbitol, propylene glycol, these are the stabilizers, right? Stabilizers which is act as a stabilizers and help to preventing the crystallization, right? If crystallization not occurred, then we can easily we can easily accept it, and that particular preparation will be stable up to its expiry date, right? So glycerin, sorbitol and propylene glycol, these are the some example of stabilizer which is necessary to add in the syrup preparation, right? So it is the most common, right? Common example, glycerin, sorbitol, propylene glycol. Okay. Then next our coloring agent. Next our coloring agent. Coloring agent means the agent which provide a color to the our preparation, right? If color if your product if your product gives a attractive color, right, then coloring agent is, it is very important to add a coloring agent due to its improve the palatability or color of solution, right? If our solution gives attractive color, that time the pediatric patient was along with our patient are easily accepted, right? If we add a coloring agent, that preparation become acceptable, right? So to improving the color of our preparation, there is a various kind of tar coal tar dyes are added, right? Coal tar dyes are added, right? There, for example, amaranth color, then compound tartazine and green S, right? So these are the some example of coloring agent which is generally incorporated into the syrup, right? then then our flavoring agent also as like a flavoring agent, the coloring agent, the flavoring agent also help to improve the palatability of preparation, right? It means it's uh, improve the taste of preparation, means it's give a flavor or a pleasant odor to the preparation. If you sometimes suppose you are this we are preparing the medicated syrup, that time we add add the some medicines, that is suppose that medicines has some saline taste or saline odor or bitter odor or nauseous odor, that time flavoring isn't plays a very important role by masking that taste or odor, right? So that's why it is become very necessary to add, right? Then there is some example of this. So see, that is tincture, right? Tincture act as also flavoring agent. Then from some fruit juice also act as a flavoring agent. Then some essence over means scent, right? Essence means over scent. So that is from the tincture, that is tincture lemon and ginger. Tincture lemon and ginger generally used, right? Various kind of tincture from that. The tincture lemon and ginger are used as a flavoring agent. Then fruit juice, raspberry juice and wild cherry juice, right? Raspberry juice and wild cherry juice. Then so from the essence, vanilla and orange, right? So this kind of flavoring agent are generally incorporated into syrup for a flavor purpose, right? Means flavoring we see the we saw the medicated syrup and flavored syrup, right? Means that in flavored syrup this flavoring agent are generally incorporated, right? So afterward, that is preservative for the preserving purpose, right? Syrup contains 66.7% volume weight by volume of sucrose, having a high osmotic pressure. Due to this, bacteria, fungi and mold are not able to grow in syrup, right? Because of this concentration of sucrose into the syrup, right? Due to this, there is a generation of high osmotic pressure, right? Due to presence of this percentage of sucrose in syrup, there is a occurring the high osmotic pressure, right? Due to this osmotic pressure, there is a our bacteria, fungi and mold are can't able to grow. If these are not grow, that time our preparation are safe or preserved for some time, right? Hence no need to add a preservative, right? That's why it says we can say that there is a that there is a no need of adding any preservative, because high osmotic pressure of sucrose in syrup, right? But sometime there is a benzoic acid, sodium benzoate, methyl paraben are also added in appropriate concentration also, right? Out of this, sometime it is not necessary, but sometime we can add the benzoic acid, sodium benzoate and methyl paraben, and this is depend on the our medicines, right? Or medicament, means which kind of preservative we have to add it, right? Whether it is compatible or not with our medicines, right? So on the basis of various factors and things we can add the